Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to my channel. A fun topic that I have been wanting to discuss for a few weeks, it's been in the works, is what crochet items I actually use. Surprisingly, there's more than I realized. So, in the background, first item that we're going to talk about is this throw blanket. I made that throw blanket 2-3 years ago, probably about 3 years ago. And it was made with Wool and the Gang is the name of the company. And it's their Al Pacino Merino. So it is a combination of alpaca and wool. Now there are special wash instructions with these items. And I thought that I could just throw this thing in my washing machine on the delicate cycle. But with true wool items, you cannot do that because agitation causes felting also. So this did go through the wash. It is slightly smaller than I intended, but it's not bad. It was washed on cold, but it's still a decent sized throw blanket. I had made it a little bit longer because my husband is tall and he always complains that throw blankets are made for short people. He's not wrong. Throw blankets are rather short. So I had made it longer. So it's not bad, even though I shrunk it a little. Oops. I'll probably make another one soon. But that was like $500 worth of wool alpaca yarn. So a big project like that, I kind of space out when I'm using like more expensive fibers. Another item that this only gets used in the winter, really. In the summer, it gets packed away. I've got a trunk that I pack away the throw blankets we use in the winter. But that is an item, a crochet item that I've made that we use. Now, something else I did, and it's with leftover yarn from that blanket. I have a couple of really nice bookshelves, and I have a couple of Jesus snow globes, and I really wanted to put them on the bookshelves, but I didn't want them to scratch up the bookshelf because if you like move that, they got little legs on them. So I made a pad for the big one and put the big one on one of my bookshelves. But this is the pad I made, and I used some leftover yarn from making that throw blanket. So this is a wool alpaca blend coaster thing. I don't know what you would call it. It's just a pad to protect my bookshelf is all it is. But this sits underneath the snow globe so that if anybody slides it, it doesn't damage my bookshelf. And it sits there every day, all the time. Something that I made that I use all the time, and I made it since, I think I made it in December. So we'll just go into that. This bag that I made myself. I use this bag all the time. I put my planner in there, some pens, maybe my iPad, because my iPad is like always floating around. But I use this bag all the time, like almost daily. I love that bag. A bag that I made before I developed the tendonitis, and that I love because it's kind of crazy, it's kind of wacky, but I was on a bag kick before I stopped crocheting, and I was making bags that were like this, but then I was also making them with a round bottom, and then I did a couple with drawstrings, and this is one of the drawstring bags that I made. The bottom is round, and I love this color. I have made multiple bags with this color combination. It's kind of a rainbow. It's made with the I Love This cotton yarn, and then I doubled up the strands. So it's a double strand bag, but when I travel, I like to use this. As a matter of fact, there's even inside the bag, there is a pair of wool gloves, I think. Where's the other glove? Okay, maybe there's one glove in the bag. And there's another bag shoved inside just for a place to store the bag, I guess. I don't know. But this is a bag that I use, and I don't use it all the time, but I do use it because I love the colors. Sometimes you make an item and it may be like an oddball item, but you end up loving it more than you ever thought you would. So that is a bag I use all the time that I made prior. Most of what and everything that I'm about to show you now, I made prior to the tendonitis. This coaster, I use this coaster in my office on my desk daily. That is where I stick my big old Yeti cup in the morning with my coffee. Set it on the coaster when I log in and work for the day. So that coaster gets used constantly. So a coaster is a useful item. Other items I use daily. Crocheted dishcloths. This one's a little stained, but before I stopped crocheting, I had wanted to do some fall themed items for my kitchen. So I made, with some orange and some yellow, I made some dishcloths, and then I made my dish drying mat. I was going to the grocery store and I wanted a cotton dish drying mat. They're all made with synthetic materials, and I could not find dish drying mats that were cotton, and I was a little bit annoyed, but then I realized that this is not a big issue for someone who crochets. If I want a cotton one, I can just make it. So I did, and I made it with the orange and the yellow, and I made it checkered, and this has to go in the washing machine when I am done here. It's due to be washed. It's Sunday. So then another thing that I did with the orange at the same time was I made a button towel to go on the stove. This is going in the wash also. This button towel gets used literally daily. It's got some sourdough on it, so it's going in the wash. My son is obsessed with making sourdough, so he got some dough on it. It's fine. I'll throw it in the wash. So I have a matching set of orange and yellow items for my kitchen. The dishcloths, the drying mat, the dish drying mat, and then that button towel, which I did actually make too big. I was trying to go bigger than, I had this cute little button towel that I loved that my mom had made. It was yellow, but cotton fades with wash really bad over the years. And that button towel, that stinking button towel that my mom made, I loved that thing. And I used it for many, many years. It finally last year bit the dust. And I think I saved the button. I removed the button so that I could make another button towel. But that's not the button that I used on that one. I used a wooden button because I was looking for a button that would work well. But I loved that knit towel. My mom knits and crochets. And so I have a lot of knit dishcloths. She prefers to knit dishcloths. I prefer to crochet dishcloths. Either way works. So I do have knit dishcloths in the drawer also, along with my crochet dishcloths. And then I had that knit towel that she made that I absolutely loved and used all the time, daily. And wore it out, like you do. But I wanted the one that I made to be slightly bigger. But I went too big because it only sits like this high off of the floor in the kitchen. So I went a little too big, but it's fine. We use it literally daily. And then a last item that I want to mention that I use daily, and these are going in the wash also because somebody got them dirty. I use handmade pot holders, and I made these before I started having problems with my hand. So I've got 2 of them. I need to make more, and these 2 are going in the washing machine with the other stuff today. And my coaster's going in the washing machine with that stuff. And the dishcloths. The dishcloths are not dirty, but I've had them sitting on the dirty stuff. So now they gotta go in the wash. It's a whole thing. But the Tunisian crochet, the reason I like it for a pot holder is the tighter weave. That's what I like it for. So I did the 2 pot holders in Tunisian crochet. Now, when I am done working on some of the projects that I'm working on currently, I do plan to add a couple more of those pot holders because I do need a couple more pot holders. I just haven't gotten around to it because I've been working on other projects like the matching scarves for me and Abby. Abby's is done. Abby has hers. I'm working on mine, and then I'm working on a shawl. And then I do also have another whip, and it is a blanket that I've been working on for my son for a long time. And it's made with the same wool, alpaca, as this blanket. I just have not been able to get the rest of the colors that I need for that blanket. So that blanket just kind of sits not being worked on until Wool and the Gang restocks the colors that I'm using that are in that blanket. So anyway, thank you for joining me on this lovely Sunday morning for just another crochet video. I'm kind of on a crochet kick, guys. You're going to see videos. When I'm on a kick on something, you're going to see a whole lot of videos. Like when I'm on the linen kick, or when I'm on a gardening kick, or when I am on a carnivore diet kick. And somewhat I feel like with the carnivore diet, it's great to sprinkle in a video here and there, but there's only so much that you can say about eating steak. And there's only so many videos of cooking steak. I could literally share a video clip, I guess, of me cooking steak whenever. People seem to like steak. Steak is a good topic for a video, but right now I'm on a crochet kick, and I've got some projects that I am trying to get done, and I need to do my hooks and needles box, but I would like the crochet shawl done, and I'll just show you, my wool scarf. This is merino wool. So I'm working on mine. Abby already has hers, and hers is also the green and white, because when I bought this wool, I bought just enough to make 2 scarves. So Abby's got one, and I will have one as soon as I finish making this one. And I'm going to work on that today. And if my hand holds up all right, then I will also work on the shawl today. But we shall see, because I have errands to run and a house to clean. So thank you for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys later.